Hello and welcome back to some more Sunbreak and of course Rage Gaming. My name is Holo and today I'm back for another set of secrets, little details or interesting things in Sunbreak you might not have known. Last time I asked you guys what details and secrets do you know that you could share in the comments and maybe make it into a video. I'm back again with more little secrets that we're going to share with you, but a bunch of these, as I will say, are from the community or even you guys in the comments. So let's get started with the first one. We've got one from you guys, from Rabid Llama in the comments with a great tip to do with the Fellvine and the fireworks secret support move that you can run on a palico. If you haven't seen this before, it is basically a giant firework that you can set up, and when it's ready, you can pop it with your action bar, which will do a nice big chunk of damage. And I've actually seen a couple of speedrunners use this against the final boss. So as you can see, when we're in game, we have the use fireworks thing on our action bar, and we want to pop that to deal some damage. But of course, it's not full, the bar yet. So if you use the Fellvine, which is on your bars, you can see it's going to buff up, give us a little boost to the palico. And now the fireworks is halfway full already. We're not even in combat. We've not done anything. We've not built that. We've just used the Fellvine. As you can see, normally I have to fill that bar up by being in combat and dealing damage. But yeah, a quick halfway fill, that's actually a lot. So let's place the fireworks down. As you can see, it's ready to go. And we will pop it when the monster's on it. Like so. There you go. So a nice 350 pop and a pretty cool animation. And as you can see, it's going to start filling up again with time and with damage. So while that's coming and filling back up again, we can see that the Fellvine, now that's run out on the palico, is refilling over time. And we can continuously use that just to get a nice burst on our fireworks and use that again and again. And as Rabid Llama let us know, you can use the Fellvine multiple times in a hunt, building up the fireworks, getting this off 2 or even 3 times in a hunt with just 1 palico, let alone 2. So if you're using the fireworks and you're not using Fellvine, you really should be. Now, as you'll know from the followers, they can have follow quests that improve your standing with them. As you do the follow quests with these different characters, you're gonna get a closer connection with them. You'll unlock weapon design. You'll unlock them for support missions. But you'll also know that there's some quests where they work together. In the case of the Admiral here, you can go on a hunt with him and Arlo. And in the case of Fiorraine here, you can go on a hunt with her sister. That, of course, being Rondine here. So by going on follower quests with Fiorraine, you'll eventually progress her storyline and get some rewards. And by going on follower quests with Rondine, you'll get the same thing, right? And by progressing both, you'll unlock the quest Sisters Sally Forth, which is a quest to go on a hunt with both of them. Now, what happens when you do that is you're going to help them have a connection, kind of overcome their differences a bit. And what will happen after that is they'll start turning up in the hub and having little interactions, as you can see in the command post. As they become friends and closer, as you can see, they'll give each other different gifts, which is interesting, like say some dango here. I've seen a candied apple. There's a few other things and it's quite cute. And what this basically means is by doing the follower quests, even the ones that don't reward direct rewards like a design or like unlocking someone to go do support quests with, there's still actually a progression of a little story. The subtle details like this where you kind of rebuild friendships and then it's passively shown in the background like this. I think that's really cool. There's another really cool detail to do with the follow quest that you might not realize you may have not tried out. This comes from the commenter on the last video as well. Thank you to Reman Chen. I really hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I didn't. But basically, followers will react when you interact with them. So what I mean is do gestures and emotes with the followers, and as you can see, Inoa here gives you a little nod or interaction.
Amazing.
I know, I'm great, right? But as you can see, there's quite a few different ones.
How are you?
Based on the emote you use, she'll have a different reaction for you. And there's little details like if I try to take a picture of her, she should actually react.
Oh, you want a picture?
Yep. Oh, she's just faded into non-existence. But yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few interesting reactions that you can get. Whether you're doing different gestures, trying to take pictures with them, makes them feel a little bit lifelike, and it's just neat.
Proof of the hard work we did.
See? Next up, we have one that Josh let me know about. As it turns out, there's actually a NPC in the hub that gives you rewards you can sell for good money by just talking to him every hunt, or every other hunt rather, and you'll get some rewards that you can just trade. So it's this guy around the back. His name is quite strange. Pingar. What kind of name is that, mate? What is that? In any case, when you talk to him, he'll give you some interesting dialogue, and sometimes as you can see in this clip, he'll actually give you a reward. And I did it a few times to get a few different ones. And as it turns out, these rewards are actually items that are related to previous Monster Hunter games that the portable dev team, the people behind Rise and obviously other portable games from Monster Hunter, the ones they made. We have the F Ninja belt here, a white belt associated with back-to-back winners of the Feline Martial Arts Festival. We have the Spa Scene sash, a young, brightly decorated Wyverian woman bathing in an eerie mountain stream. Or the tea shop cloth here, a wrapping cloth with the village tea shop's emblem and an air of prestige. And as you can see, they're worth money. We have 10,000 zenny for this, 2,000 for this one, 6,000 for that one. It's literally just free money, free zenny just sitting there that you can go ahead and grab. And its purpose is to be sold, as you can see, just to make a little bit of money. And while yes, it's not absolutely crazy, much like the other things that are worth money, like say the silver eggs, as you start to gather more and more, you see that's over 100,000 there, it stacks up. It's zenny just sitting there that you might be ignoring. Next, we have a couple of tips to do with your Marionette Spiders, the new endemics that allow us to drag monsters into walls. And as you can see, what you can actually do is when I attach it here, let him roll me, stun me, I can actually do the pull while I am wall running, which is a really unexpected and cool little detail and very useful if you're trying to get one of these pulls off in a tight spot or a weird situation. You can actually just run to the spot you want to pull in, start wall running, get up high to avoid a hit, and pull. It's actually a detail I had no idea until Josh told me you can do that. But there's another tip from Rabid Llama again from the same comment who mentioned you can do something kind of obvious but pretty useful and important to know with these things. And that is the fact that you can pull them not just into walls, but of course each other. It might seem obvious to some people who have tried this, but I have never once used that. It's the same kind of damage where you're throwing them into each other, but then you can throw them into one another as well. This could be particularly useful if you're in a situation where the monsters aren't going to fight each other because of their nature. Maybe they fought each other already. You can still use a Marionette Spider to get the damage and throw them into each other, maybe get some more Wyvern rides or other benefits. Now here's a different one for you, one that I remembered from a few weeks back actually, not long after the release of Sunbreak. Twitter user Rara Monster Hunter here uploaded this clip of Espinas doing something quite interesting. As it turns out, it actually hunts poison toads, and if you're lucky enough to encounter it in this way where it's kind of passive and just landed, it'll do this special animation where it's crouched down and hunting a poison toad. And as you can see, oh, it's a really long animation, but it will actually eat the poison toad. And I guess the reason behind this is it's replenishing its poison stocks, or maybe it just really enjoys the taste of a good poison toad. As you can see though, Rara Monster Hunter here has a bunch of great and interesting Monster Hunter clips, so I definitely recommend you check out the Twitter, it's really cool. Next we have a really subtle one from you guys again. We had Jaxman commenting on the last video, letting us know that in the skybox, somewhere in the sky above a buddy recon point, you can actually see the kite of your buddy. So here I am standing at the one that's pre-set up here in the Shrine Ruins at a very high up point. I was wondering how this would work, and I was looking up and I could see some birds in the sky like that, and then I saw it. There it is in the distance. There's the kite of my buddy waiting for me to use the recon point. Jax further went on to say that the kite also matches what kind of buddy is actually being used for that spot. So if it's a palico like this one, it's the diamond shape, whereas palamutes would be a rectangle. So this should be a palico. I can't remember which it is. Let's use the recon point and see if it is indeed a palico. All right, here we go. And we're, there it is, the diamond shape. It is a palico. And so now I've used the point. It is obviously consumed. Therefore, yeah, I do not see it in the spot anymore. It looks like it's gone. Yeah, it's been consumed. So confirmed, if it's available, you can see it in the sky. And further than that, they also have their own shapes, which is another subtle detail I never realized. For our final little detail then, we have a certain secret palico who hides in your room. As it turns out, he's actually back in Sunbreak if you go into your room, which as you can see is in the ship. Now we can find it, just like before, behind your main poster, so just on the left here. And as you talk to it or interact with it, you can see Fukushigi, the informant, is here. By talking to it, it'll spin around, and this time, instead of all secretly holding onto a wall, They're pretty well set up. Got a little platform with chains on it, a nice little cat-themed seat, some tea. Incredible. And much like before, we can speak to them and find out little interesting secrets. As we saw with like the sailor, as you progress the story or play some hunts or whatever you're doing, progress time, you can come back and get new dialogue that further increases the depth of the world, and maybe we'll learn some secrets. Such as Dr. Todori is in fact having packed lunches made for him by Bahari. Yeah, I guess sometimes this lore, you know, it's interesting. Sometimes it's just not that crazy, but it's fun to go see the informant and see what he has to say. There were little hints to the future of Rise, such as the original Dango chef being a princess. But if you want some little lore tidbits, you just need to come to your room and speak with the informant there. But there you have it, some really fun little details today. I really like the subtle stuff, especially the one with Espinas, where it's eating poison toads. So what other little details and secrets of this style do you know? Share it in the comments and we might include it in a video. Hopefully we can do a bunch of these videos because I really enjoy learning this stuff. And if you enjoy this series, please leave a like so we can keep making them. But now though, that is indeed everything, so thank you so much for watching. I've been Hollow, you've been you, we'll see you next time.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.